Hi there, and welcome along. I'm in the greenhouse where it's time to start thinking about stripping everything out and moving on to the next season. This is the very last of the chilies, and these are the Scotch bonnets, so look out for me making my own jerk sauce and marinade with these over the next week or two. I'm going to press on and get everything stripped out of here, and then get on to giving the greenhouse a good clean before it starts receiving all of the tender and precious plants I want to bring in and protect from the winter cold over the next week or two. Now the greenhouse is empty, it's on to the very important stage of cleaning and making sure that it's free from pests and diseases. We not only want to make sure that we're not bringing pest and disease problems in from the outside, but we're also not carrying pest and disease problems through into the autumn, winter and ultimately the spring season. The greenhouse behind me, although only just above frost-free temperatures, will be the perfect breeding ground for mealybug, greenfly, blackfly and vine weevil over the winter months. So we need to make sure that it's as clean as possible. First of all, I'm going to give it a good wash down with the hose, just a simple douse to make sure that everything is nice and loose. And you can see behind me there's quite a lot of algae build up from the summer and autumn months. Now that needs to be washed off. We need to make sure that we're letting just as much light into the greenhouse over the coming weeks and months as at all possible, so all of this algae build up and dust needs to go, and it needs to be spotlessly clean. It's at this stage, if you wanted to, it's not something I do personally, you consider letting off an insecticide bomb. It's not something I do here in the greenhouse. I tend to use a bucket of warm soapy water with a bit of Zoflora in it, just to cleanse any pathogens and fungal spores from the inside of the glass. So that's the stage next. I'm going to get on with the jet washing and get this cleaned up, ready to move the plants in. Now the greenhouse has been thoroughly cleaned inside and out, not only removing all the dirt and debris, allowing more natural light into the greenhouse, but removing any harmful pathogens and eggs from the actual inside of the glass that could cause pest and disease problems for next year. It is now time to start bringing in my precious plants. You want to be very careful when you bring in your plants and make sure that you inspect them thoroughly. You don't want to be bringing any problematic plants into the greenhouse over the winter months. Whether it's a greenhouse like this or a zip-up tent, or maybe you're bringing them into a conservatory or a porch or into the house for over the winter months, you want to make sure that you're inspecting your plants properly, making sure they don't have any pest and disease problems before you actually bring them in. My succulents will have the saucers removed from so they don't carry excess moisture, and what I do is I just turn the saucer upside down and place it underneath the pot on the greenhouse staging. I'll also be bringing in other tender items like my agaves, and of course my angel's trumpets will be moving into the greenhouse, along with those bulbs, those lily bulbs that were actually planted at the second week of July. I'll move those into the greenhouse just to elongate their flowering season as well. For now, make sure you leave the vents on the greenhouse open and make sure you keep a close eye on not only daytime but also the evening temperatures, and open and close the doors and vents accordingly. I've got plenty to do with, so I'm going to crack on. I'll see you all again very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.